Around the globe, 500 million people live with diabetes. Most people with diabetes will eventually need to be treated with insulin, currently used primarily as an injection. But Jerusalem-based Oramed Pharmaceutical has developed an oral insulin pill with the potential to transform the way diabetes is treated. And this pill has just started phase 3 trials in the United States under the FDA. Now, for more on this, I am joined by Oramed CEO Nadav Kidron. Nadav, what makes your oral insulin pill so revolutionary and how does it work?
Okay, so what we have developed in Oramed is a technology that allows us to take injection and deliver them orally. And the flagship product is oral insulin. So think about insulin. Insulin was discovered almost 100 years ago and always has been given as an injection. We have a technology that allows us to take the insulin and to deliver it intact into the liver without breaking down in the system. That technology enables us for the first time in 100 years to take insulin and to deliver it orally.
And you've just started phase 3 trials in the US. What is the development process like for something like this, from conception to bringing it to the market?
Well, the average time of developing a drug is 17 years. It's a crazy amount of time and almost insane amount of money. But at the end of the day, it's worth it because, especially in the case of oral insulin, we're able to offer patients a better way to control their diabetes, a better life, healthier life. The specific phase 3 is the last pivotal phase. So after almost 14 years in development, phase 3 with the FDA means that once we're done with the phase 3, it's the last trial needed in order to register the oral insulin as a drug that can be sold in the United States and elsewhere around the world.
So how will this affect people living with diabetes in terms of day-to-day life, costs, etc.?
If you think today and you look around you, almost everybody knows someone who's got diabetes. And that's because we're talking about close to 500 million people who suffer from diabetes. And the bad news is that as we're going to move forward into the future, the numbers are only going to increase. The idea of the oral insulin is that we can give insulin as an earlier treatment, but much more than that. Because the oral insulin, unlike the injection that goes into the circulation, the oral insulin goes directly into the liver. And the liver is the organ that regulates the secretion of insulin and glucose into the bloodstream. Then the oral insulin has a huge advantage because it mimics the physiological way that the body works. And that should result in the patients feeling better and having the ability to start the treatment of the oral insulin much earlier.
And can your technology be applied to other drugs? What kind of impact could this have on the pharmaceutical industry?
Yes, absolutely. What we have in Oramed is actually a platform technology to deliver peptides, which are small proteins. So think about, for example, a vaccine for COVID-19. So the Pfizer or the Moderna are RNA-based, but they could be vaccines in development that are protein-based. Using Oramed's technology, we can deliver those orally. So think about someone older who doesn't want to go and get an injection or doesn't want to get the risk of being exposed to others who may have the COVID-19. Oramed's technology will allow him to take it at home just as a regular pill. So there's many applications and implications that can come with this breakthrough technology that will enable us not only to make the life easier because of the patient's compliance of taking oral versus an injection, but often it can be healthier and better, like in the case of insulin, because of that portal delivery into the liver.
Well, it certainly does seem like a real game changer, or life changer, I should say, for people suffering with diabetes. Nadav Kidron, CEO of Oramed, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much for having me.